Alright, let's kick this off. What even is a Kemetic goddess? The word Kemetic ties us directly to Kemet, the ancient name for Egypt, literally, the Black Land. So when we talk about Kemetic goddesses, we're talking about ancient Egyptian female deities. Now, you might be picturing Isis with her wings spread, and you wouldn't be wrong, but there's so much more under the surface. These goddesses weren't just pretty faces or mystical beings, they were cosmic forces. We're talking about Ma'at, the principle of truth, and cosmic order, and Heka, which literally means magic. Think of it as the spiritual Wi-Fi connecting everything in the universe. So, why did ancient Egyptians put so much energy into worshiping goddesses? Well, let me ask you, if your daily life depended on the flooding of the Nile, wouldn't you want to keep the goddess of the river happy? Now, let's talk aesthetics. Kemetic goddesses had some serious style. Ever notice the same symbols popping up in temple carvings? The Ankh, or key of life, is practically the original life coach emoji. And then there's the Was scepter. Think of it as both a staff and a Wi-Fi antenna for spiritual authority. So why did Hathor wear a sun disk on her head, flanked by cow horns? It's not just a fashion statement. That sun disk means solar power, cosmic energy. The horns, fertility, and motherly care. Picture a modern superhero, her costume tells you what she stands for, right? Same deal here. And if you ever spot a goddess with a lioness head, hello, Sekhmet, run for cover, because that's the embodiment of fierce protection and, let's be real, a little bit of divine anger. But here's the kicker. All these symbols were visual shortcuts. Egyptians knew how to tell a story with one glance. Next up, what did these goddesses actually do? Well, imagine if your job description included control the annual flooding, protect the pharaoh, and manage the afterlife onboarding process. Talk about multitasking. Isis, for example, was the go-to for magic and motherhood. She could revive Osiris, heal wounds, and even negotiate with gods. Nephthys, she handled funerary rites, and yes, ghost management, think ancient HR for the dead. These deities weren't just sitting on clouds, they were deeply involved in everyday life. Ever heard of the term syncretism? That means gods sometimes merged or swapped jobs, like when Bastet shifted from vengeful lioness to playful house cat. Now you might be wondering, why so many hats? It's because Egyptian society was dynamic, and goddesses had to keep up with the times, just like us updating our resumes. Okay, story time. Imagine waking up in ancient Thebes. First thing you do? Make a little offering to your household goddess, maybe a loaf of bread, maybe some cool incense. But this isn't just superstition. Egyptians believed in Heka, practical magic that linked gods and mortals. Rites ranged from daily home rituals to massive temple festivals, think Times Square New Year's Eve, but with more incense and slightly fewer confetti cannons. The temple priestesses and priests actually performed libations, that's pouring out liquid offerings to please the goddesses and keep the Nile flowing. And here's the conflict. If you skipped out, oof, bad harvests, family drama, or even a little divine revenge. But the resolution came through community worshiping together, reinforcing social bonds. So next time you light a candle for good luck, remember, you're carrying on an ancient tradition. Let's land this cosmic boat in the modern world. Are Kemetic goddesses just history? No way. Their influence is everywhere, from Beyoncé's stage costumes referencing Isis, to internet memes about Bastet being the original cat lady. Seriously, have you seen those viral Bastet TikToks? And then there's archetype, Carl Jung's term for timeless character models. These goddesses fit right in: protector, healer, creator. Even contemporary spiritual circles think Kemetic revivalism are drawing on these energies for empowerment and healing. Now you might ask, why does this matter? Because we're all looking for connection, meaning, and a little bit of magic in our daily grind. The conflict, balancing tradition with modernization, the resolution, embracing these goddesses as living symbols, reminding us to be fierce, nurturing, and sometimes just a little bit magical.